And we are back. Yes, guys, I have made it back home. Some of you guys know I was down in the Dominican Republic. Spent about 6 days down there, and then I spent a couple of days down in Florida, getting a nice little tan on my body, having a great time. Shout out to the people of the Dominican Republic. You guys rock. But, you know, it's always good to come back home, of course. Now, first of all, I want to shout out the real boxing fan out there. The real boxing fans out there around the world. I know you guys aren't as vocal here on the channel as a lot of people who come on here and spout their foolishness when I give my opinion on certain fighters, mainly Canelo Alvarez. I do get it, you know, when I talk about Tank and some other guys as well, but I think I get the most foolishness when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, and it really doesn't bother me. You know, I got thick skin, so that type of stuff doesn't really bother me that much. But, you know, it always boggles my mind why, you know, some of these boxing, quote unquote, boxing fans don't want to see the best competition face one another. It just, you know, what are you a fan? Well, why are you a fan of boxing if you don't want to see the cream rise to the top and have to compete? You know, it's all about the spirit of competition, and it seems like that's dead, because it seems like, you know, a lot of people are in this just to be a cheerleader for a certain person. They don't really care what the fight is all about. They don't really care if the competition is mediocre, as long as the guy that they support wins. I don't know, it just seems like a cop-out to me. You know, it doesn't seem like, you know, they really care about the sport. I care about the sport, and I want to see the best fight the best, because, you know, it should be that way. If you're a champion, you should be fighting guys that's on your level, in my opinion. That's how sports should be. Combat sports should be. You should be fighting the best. And when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, right now, the best, I would say, is David Benavidez. That would be his best competition right there. He is a two-time WBC champion. He is Canelo Alvarez's mandatory challenger, whether you want to believe that or not. Canelo Alvarez should be facing his mandatory challenger, or he should be stripped of the title. You know, you don't like to hear that, but that is facts. That is true. And he recently came out and said that, you know, he needs 150 million to 200 million to face David Benavidez, which, you know, a lot of people took that as, you know, a duck move. You need that much to face him, but you're not asking that much to face a John Ryder. You're not asking that much to face a Jaime Munguia, those type of guys, but you need that much to face him, which leads a lot of people to believe that, you know, he doesn't want to face David. He doesn't believe that he can win that fight with David Benavidez. Now, as far as me, my feelings on that, I don't know. I don't know if he can or he can't. I think the fight's competitive. I think it could be a 50-50 fight. Canelo Alvarez is a very skilled fighter. He has a lot of experience behind him. David is the younger guy. Of course, he's the bigger guy. But, you know, just because you're bigger doesn't mean you're going to win the fight. Canelo Alvarez was defeated by the smaller guy and Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. It's all about who comes to the table with the best game plan and execute their game plan to make it happen. And I want to see who is the best. You know, I don't have anything against Canelo Alvarez. I don't have anything against David Benavidez. But in this situation, to me, you know, just observing, it just seems like Canelo Alvarez doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want the smoke. And like I said, he came out and said that, you know, he would face him for 150 to 200 million. Be careful what you say, because once you put that out there, if that, you know, if that's thrown at you, if somebody can come up with the money, would you take the fight? You know, would you take it? I don't know if he would. We would have to see. But David Benavidez came out and he, let me read this for you guys real quick. This is at Turkey Al-Sheikh. You guys know Turkey Al-Sheikh. You know, he's got bucket loads of cash over there in Saudi Arabia. And if anybody can make this fight happen, it's Turkey Al-Sheikh. So let me read this real quick. It's on David Benavidez's verified Instagram. It says, at Turkey Al-Sheikh, let's bring the biggest and most exciting fight to Saudi Arabia. This will be the biggest Mexican versus Mexican-American fight in the history of boxing. And what better place to do it than the kingdom for the entire world to see. The fight is for pride and glory. I fight for greatness, not for money. I fight for greatness, not for money. Let me repeat that one more time. I fight for greatness, not for money. Your Excellency, if I do not beat Canelo, I will donate my entire purse to any kids charity of your liking. When I do beat Canelo, I will be donating a huge amount of that purse to benefit children hunger across the world. I am a champion of the people and will continue to fight the best. I stand by my words. So that's the words of David Benavidez, and he's willing to fight Canelo Alvarez, and he's willing to give the money to charity, and he wants Turki Al-Sheikh to make it happen. Now, if anybody can make it happen, like I said, it's Turki Al-Sheikh. So if Turki Al-Sheikh comes out and says, yeah, I want to make that fight here in Saudi Arabia, will Canelo Alvarez take the fight? He put that number out there. So he's kind of backed himself in a corner on this one. So now he has to take it. He has to take it. That's a huge purse. And I think a lot of this is riding on the fact that Canelo Alvarez, like I said, doesn't believe he can beat David. I don't know if it's a pride thing with him. He's lost 2 fights. He's lost to Bivol. He's lost to Floyd Money Mayweather. And, if he loses to David, of course, that'll be a 3rd loss. And I don't know. I don't know where his head's at with this. He says that nobody beats this Canelo in his last fight. So if that's the truth, then prove it. Get in the ring with David. If David brings nothing, to the table, if he's, easy as a lot of your fans are saying, why not take the fight? Why not take the fight? He is your mandatory challenger. And the WBC, you guys, if he doesn't, you guys need to do your damn job. You guys need to do your job and strip Canelo Alvarez of the title. But we'll see what happens with that. We'll see if Turki Al-Sheikh makes it happen. Makes the offer, of course, because he is a true boxing fan. I watched that interview with him and ADE, and I could tell the guy is a true fan of the sport of boxing. And he's got deep pockets, and it's a lot of fights he wants to see. And I'm sure this is one of the fights he wants to see as well. So we'll see what happens with that. Canelo Alvarez's next fight, of course, is with Jaime Munguia May 4th. Some of you guys don't really like that fight. I don't have a problem with it. Like I've said before in the past, I think it's a competitive fight. But I do think Canelo Alvarez will come out on top in that fight. I just don't think Jaime's going to lay down. But I think Canelo Alvarez will be victorious. And then we'll see. We'll see what happens after that if, this fight can be made in Saudi Arabia for that $150 to $200 million purse. I would like to see it because I'm a fan of the sport. And I'm sure some of you guys are too. But anyway, that is my take on it, guys. You guys tell me what you think. Should Turki Al-Sheikh offer the money? Do you think Canelo Alvarez would bite? What do you think about David Benavidez talking about, donating his purse to charity? You guys let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.